Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about four things. We're going to talk about this Ruger 5.56 MPR rifle. We're going to talk about this primary arms variable 1 to 8 scope I have mounted on it. I have the CMMG 22 conversion bolt in here. I did a couple of prior videos on this, and we're going to talk about shooting 200 yards with this because that's what I was doing today. So this rifle, when I shoot 5.56, is zeroed in for 100 yards because it has that ACSS reticle, which basically allows for bullet drop compensation. And they tell you with the 5.56, you have to zero at 100 yards in order for the bullet drop compensation to work. So when I threw the 22 conversion bolt in there, I needed to figure out what markers I would need to use at different distances in order to be able to use the rifle. I didn't want to change the zero on the rifle because that would kind of mess things up, So, then every time I wanted to shoot 5.56, I'd have to re-zero back, and that's just way too much trouble. So, I was shooting this at 100 yards with the 22s the other day, and what I learned is at 100 yards with 22s, I had to use the 600-yard marker. Okay, so on that ACSS bullet drop compensator, I was using the 600-yard marker, and I was getting 5 to 6 inch groups. Now today I was shooting the 200 yards, and at 200 yards, first I tried the 700-yard marker, and I was shooting this paper here that has snow all over it now. So I was shooting this paper. So when I was using the 700-yard marker, I noticed that the bullets were dropping. I could actually see them impacting the dirt in front of the target, which was kind of cool because that allowed me to realize that I had about a second and a half of flight time for that 22 long rifle. Okay, so basically I figured. Then I tried 800 yards. Right, I tried the 800-yard marker, and I saw we're still hitting dirt down here. So then, now what I decided to do then is rather than, because initially I was putting my 800-yard marker to the top of this paper here. The next time I did it, I put it to the top of the cardboard box. Now here's the thing: I had a wind today that was about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and it was coming inwards and also to the right. Okay, so it was coming in and to the right. So the ACSS reticle has the 5-mile wind indicators built into the scope. So what I did is I had a since the wind was coming in inwards to the right, I ignored the inwards. I just did the right. I just paid attention to the fact that it was going to the right, and I used the 5-mile wind indicator, and I put that to the top of the cardboard right here, so that the actual 800-yard marker was about over here on the edge of the cardboard. And with that, I was able to get 4 out of 6 hits. So I marked them in black here. Okay, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. So I knew that my elevation was right. I needed to anchor to the top of the cardboard. And this is 21 inches from here to here. Okay, so I have a 21-inch holdover, which is interesting enough. If you're trying to hit center mass, it's basically top of the scalp. So that works out pretty good. And then what I did is, after I went back out and I saw what happened, I said, okay, let's try this again. Loaded up another 6 rounds. Okay, but this time I noticed that the wind, I still had 5 to 10 miles coming in at me, but it stopped pushing to the stopped pushing to my right, because it was coming in this way, in this direction, and it was just coming straight in. So what I did then is I instead of using the wind indicator here, I actually took the 800-yard marker, put that center, okay, shot 6 rounds, and I was able to get 6 hits. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and between the furthest 2 shots, I have a 20-inch group. So I have a 20-inch group at 200 yards using this Blazer 22 long rifle, And basically these are the lead bullets. So these work pretty good. You know, I used CCI the other day. I really didn't see that much of a difference. So I said, you know what? Since I'm still kind of figuring out how all this works, let me not use the more expensive CCIs. Let me just use these Blazers. And they're working great. I mean, I'm getting hits at 200 yards with this CMMG conversion bolt. And then here's the thing. When I was shooting at the cardboard, I had that wind, but I did not have any snow. So what I decided to do is, let me go hang out this aluminum pan out there, aluminum cooking pan. So while I'm out there setting this up, it starts snowing. Okay. So after I hang this up, I come back. You know, I get behind my scope, and I'm seeing that this pan, which is gray, is basically, you know, blending in with the snow out there. So that kind of added to the challenge. I took 20 shots at this. I got, you know, this thing is 12 inches by 19 inches. Out of 20 shots I took, I got 11 hits. Got one. I'll bring it a little bit closer here. I was actually kind of surprised I was able to penetrate the aluminum pan at 200 yards with this 22 long rifle. So I got one hit there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this thing's, there's 11 hits on here somewhere. I can't quite see them because now the snow is making a mess out of this. Let's try this again, see if we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits. So 11 out of 20 hits at 200 yards on, and what did I say, was 12 by 19 aluminum pan in the snow. So I'm really happy with this setup. I mean, I'm really happy with this whole setup that I have here. The Ruger MPR rifle with the primary arms, variable 1 to 8, and now this CMMG conversion bolt. I mean, these things just go together. I mean, they work perfectly. You know, now that I have that conversion bolt, I'm going to be shooting this rifle a lot more than I was before. And the cool thing is that the conversion bolt with the 22 long rifle really allows me to take full advantage of the bullet drop compensation, because I mean I do have a range that I go to that's 1,000 yards long, but I can't shoot that every day because I got to travel to that. But you know I can shoot 200, 250 yards every day, and you know by putting the 22 conversion bolt into this, you know I can, you know, because now that you know I got that shooting out to 200 yards, I'm using the maximum bullet drop compensation on that scope, and with a mere 5 to 10 mile an hour wind, I also have to use the wind markers, okay, and make windage adjustments at that 200 yards. So I mean, I'm loving this. I just wish that this winter would end and the snow would end, and you know we could get into the summer. But you know, it's fun all the same. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, put in the comment section. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, I just realized that maybe I wasn't clear enough as far as the adjustments, so I was just going to give you guys a quick rundown. If you have your ACCS scope zeroed in for 100 yards, right, and you switch over to 22, okay, you're gonna use at 200 yards. You're gonna use the 800 yard marker, okay. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold over 20 to 21 inches. Okay, I used 21 inches today because I had an incoming wind. I suspect that if I don't have an incoming wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour, it'll only be about 20 inches. So, in order to hit in this area over here, you're gonna hold 20 inches high, okay. And then if you have a wind, the 5 mile an hour wind indicators on your ACCS scope seem to hold true when you throw in the conversion bolt and you're using the 22. And when I was using the steel plate over here, you know, again I was holding, you know, basically I was putting my 800 yard marker about here, okay, which is about 20 inches off from the center. So yeah, I just want to give you guys a quick summary in case some of that stuff you know got it just basically got buried in all the other information I gave you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.